Gamers rise up Harbuff. Hi chat, I love you, say it back. Has arrived. Thanks, Dan. Jammies. Hassle. Cohen Ball torture pod 2 months. Has raid. to be a decent human being. Thanks for Sam 3. Lego. Get on my level, you casuals. Have a good day, Chatter's house.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. And boy, it is a sunny fucking day out here. It is hot. It's hot out here. And I hope all the boys, girls, and NBs are having a fantastic one. It is Wednesday, June 16, 2021. And it's 11:07 a.m. And today is yet another beautiful day. And as much as I want to say this is going to be a news dense day, I feel like it's not. Now, first and foremost, I think there's some soccer shit going on. Okay, I don't know. Is this the truth? Is there a soccer thing going on? People are saying this in my chat. Football, soccer, I don't care. Did I see Dr. Lupo in the chat, by the way, earlier? Or am I crazy? Am I imagining it? Yo, Dr. Lupo, I just interviewed with the Recode podcast. Part of the reason why I interviewed them is because they interviewed you in the past.
8 months with the big man himself, Poo-Poo Piker. I will continue to
Here is the Euro update.
My mom, please, it's tearing us apart as a family. Hassle, hassle, hassle.
What is this? This is what's going on. It's 2-0. And the fucking Wales are destroying the Turkish national football team. Okay, well, let me tell you something, folks. Let me be painfully honest with you. I don't care. And also, guess what, Wales? At least we weren't colonized by the British. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that sting? Yeah. Guess what, dude? Why don't you go back to trying to produce your made up words like or whatever the fuck the names of your cities are. Okay, how about that, dude? Yeah. My mom chimed in from the back and said, that's not nice. I'm sorry, did I just insult your mother in Welsh? When I said...
Disengaged workers of the world unite.
Dude. Anyway. Amına koydum siktiler bizi. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually care about football, and I'm happy for the Welsh for finally catching a dub. You know what I mean? You guys deserve it. You guys deserve a dub.
Turkey
you know?
lost Pogo.
Imagine being dominated by the English so hard for so many fucking for so long. You needed a dub. And I'm glad that you were able
Been
to
watching for 2 years, almost a year, sub easy.
I'm glad you were able to get the dubs where you can, which is the sick man of Europe.
Thanks for the
streams
during work, Hajan.
Defending the English and their needs once again for no reason whatsoever. Good job.
What's your take on Ubi? Thoughts on social libertarianism?
This is like the Anzacs, dude. All over again, but this time the Welsh. Disappointing. If you don't treat your Welsh viewers better, you're gonna lose them. What, like 3 of them, dude? Don't worry. I said free whales before, so that'll keep them going for a long ass time. And plus, they already fucking know. They already know that I'm just heated because they fucking owned Turkey. All 3 Welsh viewers left. Nah, dude, don't worry. They still got their fucking sheep. Their sheep are still watching, okay?
Let's go 13 months.
We played so bad. Dude, I don't care. I literally don't care. I don't care about football, okay? I am not surprised that we got dominated. Turkey, I feel like, hasn't had a good fucking football team for a long ass time. Like, what do you want me to do? Go back and coach the team, dude? How does a Welshman find his sheep in the tall grass? Delightful.
Arjan? Poo poo pee pee stream when? Arjan?
They got Bale and Ramsey. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is, but I'll just say this, okay? I'll just say this. If you keep
6
this
months,
fucking nonsense up, in order to trigger you guys, I'm going to start calling it soccer. Okay? I'm just going to start calling it soccer, which everybody disagrees with and everybody thinks is the wrong thing to say, universally, except for Americans who don't even fucking play the goddamn sport, who have decided to call it something different than the rest of the world.
Thank you for all you've done for this community. You've helped me be able to come out about being pen and helped make my 337 days of sobriety worth it. Love you, Hassan Hassel.
Anyway.
11 months MFS.
Oh, Noor bin Laden is back on the news too. Yeah, so personal news time. This is the part of the broadcast where I give you guys my personal news. So, let me start off with that.
Let's fucking go.
First and foremost, I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Went to sleep early as fuck last night. I went to sleep at by 12, basically. I was in bed by 11:30. Went to sleep by 12.
Not even Wales main sport.
Woke up at 5:30. Went back to sleep. Woke up at 6. And I think it's because it's too hot. It's just like, it's way too hot in my room, I think. Like, I gotta move on. California nights, like, usually are chill.
I love this.
And
house.
You can just kind of have, like, an open window policy where, the window's open and everything's fine. I don't own, like, lighter bed sheets. I only have, like, a full-blown, like, thick-ass comforter. So that's the problem. So like the thick ass comforter is like too hot. So I got to make some adjustments. I think that's why I just like keep waking up hot as fuck. But what I got to do what I gotta do instead is, you know, switch to lighter bed sheets, and then. No, I do change my sheets once a week. I'm saying that, like, I gotta switch to, like, something from a thick ass comforter to something else. I think my mom got something for me. Anyway, that's what I gotta do. But, and close the window and turn on the AC. Just one or the other, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just gotta do something, because it's not working out. But anyway, I woke up at 5:30. I woke up at 5:30 this morning, and then I went to the gym. I'm still a little scared about my lower back, so I went to the gym, and I didn't really have a lot of time because we were recording the podcast anyway. So I went to the gym and I stretched a little bit. Then I recorded the podcast with Will. It was a good episode. It'll be out hopefully tomorrow. Very exciting stuff. Woke up early this morning and got yourself a pearl necklace. No, I actually ordered this a while ago. Yeah, I finally ordered like some new pieces, you know. Now that I'm going outside, I wanted to upgrade my style a little bit. So yeah, now I have new pants. I ordered like a pair of pants. I'll show you guys in a little bit. I don't have it on right now because it's too hot, but Kalinsky's on JRE today. Hopefully good reacts tomorrow. And so is Sagar and Crystal Ball. They're on JRE today. Or yesterday. So it's there's gonna be JRE's having a fucking left adjacent tangent again.
View of masculinity I really resonate with. Thinking of coming out as a trans man to my GF and family soon.
How is Sagar on JRE but not you? Or Kyle on JRE but not you? I criticize Joe Rogan a lot. Kyle's dope, and also Joe Rogan likes him. So I think that's part of the reason why that happens the way it does. You can clutch your pearls now. Yeah, I have this pearl clutching. So pearl clutching. I have my pearls on. The pearls are a troll, right? No, absolutely not. Pearls, my friend, is a deliberate fashion choice. Are you going to address the whole Demi Jor thing? Nice. I have no idea what's going on. I want to keep it that way. From what I understand, like, I'm seeing a lot of the anti-imperialist left, some of which are like really fucking weird, some of which are like, you know, some of whom who provide like decent coverage on a lot of issues, just like losing their minds and saying the dumbest shit on the timeline in an effort to like shit on TYT while simultaneously like I guess defend Jimmy Dore. What they're saying is like so weird. I don't know exactly what happened. I think Jimmy Dore said something to Anna back in the day about like
Vladimir Putin,
the way she dressed or the way she looked or something. And now people are like, TYT used to make sexual innuendo jokes all the time on their coverage. So like, you know,
hassle.
Then they're allowed to do. That's the reason why Jimmy Dore is allowed to do so or something. Like, that's so weird. It's kind of weird to just like think that, like, because you know, Jank and Anna have banter on camera that is consensual, that like you can just be fucking, you know, weird and harass people. I mean, you did call Trump thick on TYT and say you'd clap his pussy. Yeah. I don't know how that fucking works. Like, anyway, I don't really know what it is. I literally don't know what the issue is. He admitted to looking up her skirt.
14 months, Peepo, hey.
What the fuck? Kyle said he wants you on their podcast. Are you open to it? Fuck yeah, I'm open to it. Hell yeah, dude.
Daddy Yee.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah.
Hassle.
How is Jimmy left? Honestly curious. I don't know. I don't really understand. Putin called you out?
Our American colleague.
All right, so I usually don't. I usually do not. Here's Jimmy talking about it. Ugh, I don't want to fucking cover this, dude. This is so whack. Wait, this is the part of the broadcast where I give you my fucking personal news. I haven't finished it yet, and then we'll get to all this stuff.
Mate.
Actually, that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, I didn't think that there was gonna be a dense news story today. There was gonna be like a news dense story today.
Hassle.
But maybe I'm wrong. I thought this was going to be like a fun day for the most part. But let's tweet out that I'm live. Daycare is open. I am live. There will be more murder stuff. Yes, there will be more murder stuff. Yes. We'll look at Joe Biden's press conference. Biden had a press conference after meeting up with Putin,
Also, did you ever read
who pays me directly to talk about America. Get in to find out why I love Putin so much and other news. www.twitch.tv/Hasanabi. Biden pressure was actually excellent in my opinion. You're not a conservative pundit though. Are you going over the leaked mansion audio with billionaire donos? Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Much respect to like Li Fong, who is so fucking good at what he does when he's not like talking about dumbass shit like you know, black people and policing in black communities, you know what I mean? For coming out and having a I mean, this is where he's like in the fucking zone, you know what I mean? And of course, as always, friend of the show, Ryan Grimm is a legend, as always. But yeah, Li Fong had some audio leaked. I'm not entirely certain on the I wish they just wouldn't go to the fucking Deconstructed podcast. Fuck, I gotta pee as well. You're goated for pronouncing Fong correctly? Yeah, I mean, I know him. I've had him on the show. I am familiar with him. I like his work. I know how to pronounce his word or pronounce his name.
Love you, chat. Love you, Hussein Hassel.
Oh, there was Australian news as well that I've been meaning to cover. There's the Friendly Jordies guy who apparently was like arrested. There's a 17-year-old who was there's a 17-year-old who was tased for vaping. Like, there's a lot going on. I never covered the pregnant woman who got fucking ran over. But let's start off with less consequential shit, which is Noor bin Laden, Osama bin Laden's niece, who's a massive Trump supporter, for those of you who don't know, was spotted at the Biden-Putin summit in Geneva with a Trump one flag. Just normal world news, dude. I mean, what a fucking strange world we live in, dude. We live in such a weird... We live in such weird times, dude. There's a thread by Aaron on the Biden presser. Okay, well, I got it. We'll get started here. And then we'll move on to the presser, but I gotta pee real quick. I'll be back. Oh my god.
All right, we've lost Peter, but just to set the
Monk. They lost Peter. Putin got him.
Stage here. This is where the president will hold his news conference a short while ago, at least a half hour after the remarks by President Putin. The White House appearing to want to give the president a chance to fine-tune his remarks and perhaps react to some of the things we heard from President Putin, who held a rather long news conference, longer than we expected. I'm just glancing over my shoulder to see if the Putin motorcade was going by. That was not it. Let's go back to Peter right now on the phone. Peter?
Yeah, Lester, we are here waiting for the president to arrive just moments from now. The members of his team who are behind closed doors with Vladimir Putin have already taken their seats, among them the Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, and his national security advisor. As you noted, Vladimir Putin said that today's meeting was constructive, that there was no hostility. He said that there was no pressure put on either side. You'll remember the president himself said he would be confronting Vladimir Putin on a variety of topics, so it will be on him now to try to set the record straight about what happened behind closed doors. What was striking in the comments earlier from Putin is that he took no responsibility for Russia's aggressive behavior. His remarks were filled with that form of whataboutism, blaming the U.S. for so many of its own aggressive acts, as he suggested.
It's pretty funny that, like, world leaders, no matter which country they are in charge of, can almost always turn around and be like, oh, you're criticizing me for doing something, except, like, hello, you're America. And, like, unfortunately, they are correct. You know what I mean? It's always like China will literally turn around and be like, we learned how to deal with Muslim extremist separatists from America in the post 9/11 America and what they used to do. And, like, they're right when they say it. I mean, it's fucking, both are awful, okay? Like, both treatments are horrific, they're monstrous, they're awful, but, like, it's not wrong. Or when, like, Erdogan is like, oh, you want to, 1 minute, you want to recognize Armenian genocide? What about indigenous genocide, Native American genocide? It's like, oh, I mean, he's right. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he's wrong as far as, like, denying it personally, denying Armenian genocide, but he's right when he turns around and he's like, well, what about the fucking indigenous genocide, bitch? It's so strange that, like, we try to turn around and act like we are the moral arbiters, like the world police, as we try to, like, routinely criticize other countries and other political leaders for what they do, and what they do is dog shit, and what they do is terrible. But also, like, you know, as an American citizen and as an American political pundit, and as someone who routinely criticizes the American government, I do find it rather funny that, like, most Americans refuse to acknowledge this. Do you see what I'm saying? And for many,
why is there always
it basically is just like, I don't care, plus you're America. Well, here's the thing. For Americans, they don't give a shit. But then they also, like, refuse to, we refuse to just, like, you know, cover our own ass in any meaningful capacity. You know what I mean? Like, we just refuse to do anything about our shit. While simultaneously using this as, like, a cudgel. You know? And this is, like, a deeply Western nation thing to just constantly be like, oh, we care about human rights only as a talking point against countries that we are going to agitate or have, like, sanctions against. And it's so weird. And I don't know why that works for so many people. It's like America doesn't give a shit about it at all. If they did, they would fix their own fucking backyard.
Hassle.
You know what I mean? Anyway, let's keep going.
Their meeting lasting roughly 3+ hours. The White House saying it would go 4 to 5 hours was their expectation. So either it was efficient or there was nothing left to say. Lester?
Peter, thanks very much. I'm here with Ambassador Michael McFaul, who was U.S. Ambassador to Russia and an NBC contributor. You heard some of what President Putin said. Did it surprise you, the tone in which he talked about things that they plan to work on or compromise perhaps might be in the cards?
Well, as you said, Lester, he used a lot of positive words, constructive dialogue, no drama, no evidence of any pushback. At least that's the way Vladimir Putin was.
I find it really funny that like the RNC tweeted out disapproval of Joe Biden for even having a meeting with Vladimir Putin, which was also dope. Like, it's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, Donald Trump literally would hold like long ass meetings, sit side by side, and simultaneously talk about how like the FBI sucked ass and Vladimir Putin was correct. My mom thirsts over young Putin. I mean, young Putin was kind of attractive. Even old Putin keeps it tight. Let's be real.
Reading out the meeting, and then a whole lot of whataboutism. It felt like the greatest hits of whataboutism for me. He went on and on about all the things that we have done, false equivalencies between legitimate opposition leaders in Russia and violent insurrectionists on January 6th.
All right.
We'll see how.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, motherfucker, there is no... Okay, here's the thing. Navalny is like... was already controlled opposition until he wasn't. And the moment he wasn't controlled opposition, now he's, you know, gonna fucking die. Okay, so that's crazy that like, that's crazy to like make any comparisons to that, because like we don't do that in America. Let's be real. We very effectively have shut out any sort of criticism, like legitimate criticism about the current order of things. We've effectively barred everyone from having that conversation, but we do it in a more peaceful capacity. You know what I mean? We just like belittle people. We say they're like anti-Semitic if they talk about like Israel or anything like that. Originally, Navalny was, well, not controlled opposition, but Navalny used to be the allotted opposition. It's like, you can't just launch a you can't fucking shit talk Putin in Russia. Also, Navalny himself is not a good person, for the record. He is a far-right ultranationalist, so that doesn't make Putin a good person either. But Navalny himself is like a bit of a fascist, so just remember that. As far as Navalny versus Putin is like Netanyahu versus Bennett, yeah, actually, it is a good comparison. No one ever talks about the brutal dictatorship in Equatorial Guinea, which is supported by the U.S. Almost no one knows. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Political compass, according to American media, libertarian left Navalny.
Hassle.
I mean, Vladimir Putin is brutal. Make no mistake. He violently suppresses LGBT rights. He's brutal. He's completely annexed Crimea. Like, he's very expansionist. His entire fucking government revolves around an oligopoly of his creation. He's ex-KGB, or I guess KGB. Don't know. I mean, his rise to power is extremely questionable. He's probably the wealthiest person on the planet. Undermines democracies. I mean, that's a laughable thought, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's like fucking hilarious. Undermines democracy. Who doesn't undermine democracy, motherfucker? Like, what do you mean? His rise to power may have predicated on a false flag bombing. Don't know. Please don't kill me. Okay. He reminds me a lot of Erdogan in many ways. Joe Biden says America doesn't undermine democracy.
His credibility.
Laughable notion. Let's hear what he
worldwide shrinks. Let's get this straight. How would it be if the United States were viewed by the rest of the world as interfering with the elections directly of other countries?
What? Bro, did he accidentally leak it? Because he's so old? What happened there? Yeah. Can you imagine what would it be like if the United States would interfere? Motherfucker, I wish the United States was just simply interfere in the same way that Russia does, okay? I unironically wish that the only thing the United States did was interfere in other elections in the same way that, like, Russia interfered in ours with, like, ad campaigns and shit. You know what I mean? Because that would be significantly less harmful than the way that we directly interfere in other world, other nations and their political process. I mean, we literally have coups like that we back all the fucking time. We have, and when those coups fail, we then have tariffs. Like we motivate every other world leader to completely just well, not motivate. We threaten other world leaders from working with these countries that we've declared are evil.
And everybody knew it. What would it be like if we engaged in activities that he is engaged in? It diminishes the standing of a country that is desperately trying to make sure it maintains its standing as a major world power. And
hilarious that he would talk about Russia being authoritarian after doing a G7 summit with Modi and Bolsonaro. Yeah, it's just like so weird. It's so fucking strange to have this take. Because, like, Russia's power is so marginal
in helping me find myself,
and ultimately meaningless in comparison to, like, India.
I'm proud of you. Please nuke Discord. Hiking am graduating today.
Crimea, Donbass, Luhansk, Transnistria, Abkhazia, South Ossetia. Russia does plenty of direct interfering. What the fuck are you talking about? Bro, Russia's interference is like me interfering in the local elections of some fucking Texas school board, okay? Like, the countries that you just mentioned are like fucking micronations. What the fuck are you talking about? They're interfering with these countries. Oh, no, dude. Not Transnistria, dude. What? I'm talking about, like, fucking literal, like world superpowers that America decides is better off with, like, fascist leadership. Don't say bad take, Hassan. Suck my dick, dude. Crimea, like, Ukraine is one that you can absolutely fucking talk about. But you're literally referencing, like, regional sovereignty of autonomous areas that it's so stupid. I'm sorry. It's, like, really fucking stupid to, like, consistently cry about that. I'm not saying it's appropriate. I'm not saying it's okay, but, like, focus your efforts on areas of improvement, like, that you can actually fucking improve then. Motherfuckers be like, really? You want to talk about the entirety of South America, Africa, like literally everywhere? Well, what about, you know, Russia's own fucking backyard?
Today, Hassel.
Imperialism is good if it's not America. I fucking literally never said that. I literally never ever said that. I don't think it's good. I don't. I also don't know enough, and neither do you, by the way. I don't know enough about like the intricacies of half the fucking places that you just mentioned. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck it is. But like, if you want me to denounce Putin's influence over these areas, then yeah, he's fucking bad, and that's not good. And it's, of course, not good for Russia to murder people in Central African Republic. That's not good either. Because if you think me saying, like, focus your energy and initiative on, like, areas that you can actually change or improve, technically, if you think that me saying that is running defense for Russia, then you're literally running defense for America.
Hope you enjoyed
a bit of a self-report. You know what I mean? When you turn around and say, dude, I can't believe you're running defense for Russia, while you're simultaneously saying, like, you know, no, we need to focus on Russia, like, not America right now. Bad, boys. It's bad. That is not what you said. Don't back off, coward. Awful take. Russian interference is proportional to its weight category in the political arena. CIA is worse, but it's also a different league. Lives of people affected by this Russian interference are not any less significant because Russia is a smaller state within the neoliberal world order. Russia's influence on an area that I don't have any fucking involvement, any understanding, and any information over is absolutely, like, I'm going to literally cover that in the same way that motherfuckers would be like, dude, why aren't you talking about the regional thing that's happening in my fucking Providence, in my Providence in Canada? Like, why aren't you talking about the local news coverage happening down the street? It's important to you. It's not important to me. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, and I don't really care enough about it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, it's terrible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. But like, I don't know enough to like literally put information in my brain and have a take on it. Okay, and you only know about it because you're like, let's only talk about this shit. It's too big. The world is too big. There's fucked up shit going on way too much. It's like when, yeah, it's like when Portuguese people jokingly say your lack of Portuguese coverage is astounding to me. Like, but they joke about it. Meanwhile, you're like, you should literally know about what's going on in Transnistria. Because a country that has the economy that is smaller than like American states is dominating this micronation, which it has like sovereignty over or some shit. Am I Russian, motherfucker? Am I a Russian news broadcaster? Like, why do you know so much about this? It blows my mind. I'm not even kidding. It like honestly is shocking to me. Like, my coverage of Putin is, he's fucking bad, folks. Okay? He's not good. He's bad, as I already described. He is authoritarian as fuck. He's very similar to Erdogan in many respects. And also, he engages in territorial expansion. You understand? I get that. But like anything beyond that, when you're like, why aren't you talking about, you know, this fucking village that Russia destroyed or some shit? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Transnistria isn't even a recognized country. It's a separation from Moldavia and the last nation in the world with a hammer and sickle flag. Yeah, it's always he's bad, but yeah, wrong. And the but that follows is like, I'm more focused on fucking what's going on in America. Can you touch on the industrial forest exploitation during the Marina Monarch in Madagascar since you're being mean to Russia? What's up, Michael? Yeah, literally. People be like, "Oh, you're going to talk about fucking you don't want to talk about Transnistria and the Russian involvement in Transnistrian elections?" Well, fuck you, dude.
2 months.
I misunderstood what was going on here. This is really fucked up. Why are you moving away from the dumb claim that chatter made? A tiny country's issues is not as morally relevant as the issues large countries face. The population of people matters. No, I mean, it still matters to those people. I'm not going to say like it doesn't matter at all. But also, a lot of these are incredibly complex issues that when you look at it, that's why I didn't mention Ukraine. Shut the fuck up. Everybody who says Ukraine is 50 million people, shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about Ukraine right now. I'm talking about Transnistria. Okay? And the numerous other, like, regions that these motherfuckers just brought up. Okay? It seems that you are uneducated on the topic of Russian interference in other nations. I would kindly ask that you refrain from downplaying the suffering of the people in those countries as it's incredibly offensive. Says Long and Girthy 9. Oh, he's fucking baiting.
Get
Idiot.
baby.
Get fucked. It's Transnistria. Sorry.
8 months, thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day, Hussein and chat.
And it's like I'm defending Putin because I said I have no coverage because I have no knowledge. I also cannot fucking spend the time to educate myself on this shit. And also, even if I did, you're probably not even going to like what I have to say. Yes, you literally can spend this time? No, fuck off, dude. Abso-fucking-lutely not, dude. Absolutely not. To me,
Hussein,
that's
please
literally
no
like...
Also 6 months, Pogu.
That's no different than someone being like, dude, why aren't you talking about the string of robberies that's occurring in my fucking neighborhood in Brazil? Like, from where I'm standing, it's like, that's what it sounds like. That's what it feels like. They're just minor independence movements. Don't know about Transnistria, but South Ossetia and Abkhazia are independence movements in Georgia. Russia recognizes them for the most part. I'm going to look this shit up, and then people are going to get more triggered when I say, dude, it's like fucking Texas trying to secede from the United States of America. Shut the fuck up. And then you're going to lose your shit and be like, Hassan is downplaying the atrocities of Artotska, the fictional country from Papers, Please. Yes, we want to be the smart ones for once. It's just insane how you saying Joe Biden is crazy for saying that the U.S. doesn't influence other elections is seen as pro-Russia. Yeah,
we exist.
Not only did I say that, but I also said like Russia interfering in international elections in other countries is, again, like, if America interfered in elections in the same way that like Russia interfered in our elections, that would be a significantly more ethical way to deal with other people's elections rather than the way we deal with it, which is way more hands-on.
And so it's not just what I do. It's what the actions that other countries take, in this case Russia, that are contrary to international norms. It's the price they pay. They are not able to dictate what happens in the world. There are other nations of significant consequence, i.e. the United States of America being one of them.
Anyway, Hassan, I feel like we're ignoring the fact that U.S. involvements have killed millions of people. I mean, Russian involvement kills people too. Just nothing in comparison to the atrocities that we commit.
About the local politics of every
but
single country.
Sheerly because we have so much more power to do so too. Like, it's partially because we just have so much more power. Anyway, casually comparing the foreign affairs of two countries. People write books about it, but sure, have a take. I mean, literally, that's kind of what I'm saying as well. You understand that, right? Like, I'm saying that, like, I don't want to go back and, like, look at the fucking ethnic disparities that occur under, like, that go back, like, 200 fucking years to figure out, like, who has actual say in these, like, regions where there's, like, another ethnic minority that feels as though they would be better off if separated from Russia in its entirety. And I feel like it's just not, I don't want to fucking learn about that. I'm sorry. If you think that that's like, you're being incredibly America-centric, yes, I am. And unapologetically so. Yeah, we don't have those types of dynamics in America. No, we do, which is why I talk about them in America. A supposed democracy where we could do something about it. Anyway, let's hear what our journalist had to say to Vladimir Putin.
ABC News, our American branch.
Mr. President, thank you so much for taking my question. President Biden has said that he would respond if cyber attacks from Russia do not stop. I'm curious, what did he tell you? Did he make any threats? And a quick follow-up, if I may, sir. The list of your political opponents who are dead, imprisoned, or jailed is long. Alexei Navalny's organization called for free and fair elections, an end to corruption. But Russia has outlawed that organization, calling it extremist. And you have now prevented anyone who supports him to run for office. So my question is, Mr. President, what are you so afraid of?
Okay. Once more, let me reiterate what was already said.
Oh, she's about to get fucking clapped, dude.
Various so-called foreign aid.
Respect. I mean, for being able to say that, respect, honestly. Like, that is a, that's certainly, I mean, this is like, this is a bad motherfucker, okay? This is a bad motherfucker. He's killed people. He's also incredibly wealthy. Like, probably one of the wealthiest people on the planet. We don't know the exact extent of his, like, actual wealth. And then also on top of that, like, you know, she's right. He does murder people regularly. So, and has, like, incredible reach. Incredible reach. You know what I mean? If you're a U.S. journalist who asks Putin or some other official enemy tough questions at a press conference where Biden is also at, while you never ask questions of a similar kind to your own leader, you're not a journalist, you're a propagandist hack, a stenographer for Empire. I do agree with this take. Like, I wish our journalists would ask questions in a similar capacity to American leaders. I do agree with that. Squirrel is once again absolutely correct on that take. He, the KGB, single-handedly revived the Soviet Union versus Biden, a demented puppet. What? Single-handedly revived the Soviet Union? What? Ask those questions in regards to Israel. Ask those questions in regards to, like, fucking police brutality. Ask those questions in regards to the top of the hour, 60-second ad break. You know what I mean? Journalists should really be asking, why hasn't the ad break come yet? Or how can we avoid those ad breaks if they do end up coming? Well, I have an answer for you. Of course, those answers are, you can subscribe
boys, let's get it.
with a $5 subscription, or you can subscribe for free with a Twitch Prime. And, you know, that's it. Here's the 1 minute ad break now. You can use an ad blocker or VPN, all that sort of stuff. Here's the ad break now.
Agents And about people.
I mean, think about it this way. Okay, fuck this. Is there a better quality one? I need to hear his like response, but in better quality audio. Like the perfect example of this is like what Ilhan Omar said as a part of her job in the Foreign Affairs Committee, talking to our Secretary of State about America's and Israel's war crimes and what we can do about it. Like, that question alone got so much coverage about how she was fucking anti-Semitic and shit. Like, it's wild. Like, we're terrible. We are horrible, dude. We are so bad.
Who are positioning themselves as the non-systemic opposition. I already answered your colleague from CNN, right? But this is the law of the genre, so I have to answer your question, please. I'll do it again. The United States has adopted a law in accordance with which the U.S. has said that they will support various political organizations in Russia. At the same time, they made an announcement that the Russian Federation is an enemy. They've spoken publicly, saying that they will restrain the development of Russia. Here's a question. What organizations, what political organizations of the United States and other members of the Western community, which organizations should be supported in Russia, especially if they're paying for them? We're just like the Americans back, the way the Americans did back in the 1930s. We're calling them foreign agents. But it's not prohibited. They're not prohibited from working. They can continue to operate. Foreign agents don't need to stop operating. If they are extremist in nature, then that's another issue.
It's fucking boring, dude. Give me something good. It's like too political of a fucking take. I also want to hear that, like, I want to hear Biden roasting the fuck out of a supporter.
So when did I say I was confident? I said.
Why are you so confident he'll change his behavior, Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm not confident he'll change behavior. What the hell? What do you do all the time? So when did I say I was confident?
You said in the next 6 months you'll be able to do.
Okay, love this. It's kind of Trumpian, and I love that. I love when these guys lose their shit and are like human for a moment. You know what I mean? If Donald Trump did this, the entirety of liberal media would be fucking losing their minds. But because Biden did it, people are covering this as though it's like a remarkably positive moment. I personally think this is sassy as fuck, and I'm on board. I want sassy Biden back. I don't like the reserved Biden. I don't like it at all. And remember what I said when, like, American journalists rarely are as aggressive with, you know, American leaders as they are with, like, our foreign adversaries. This is not that hard of a fucking question. I mean, it's an annoying question, certainly.